Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to my channel. This is Jade with yesYesYes, and thank you so much for coming by. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you have been here before, I just want to say thank you for all of your likes and your shares and your subscribes. It means so much. I love hearing your comments. It's been remarkable and really reflective. I really love it. And for those who've been working with me, I've had great readings with you. So if this is resonating, we're going to do a love reading today. So if this is resonating, please let me know in the comment section. Or if you're feeling it, just hit that like button. It makes a huge difference. Let me tell you what's coming up today. So we're going to do a love reading. We're going to use the romance angels as a baseline just to get the energies. Then we're going to use the mystical Lenormand, and I'll see the path between the masculine and the feminine. And then we'll use the Line Strider deck to get more energies in between the two. All right, so let's get started. The cards have been pre-shuffled. And I want to see what's going on for you, Scorpio, for February. Oh, well, we're not taking 3. We're only looking for 1 for February 2019. All right, Scorpio, hold your horses. We're getting here. Here we are. Oh, that's why we're so excited. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Now, I love this card because there's a couple of different ways we can look at it. We can look at reconciliation as being something where it's someone that we have met in this lifetime, but it can also be that feeling of home when you have met someone that you've made a soul contract with and you're meeting them for the first time in this life, but you have met them before in other times, in other lives. So reconciliation is a beautiful card. I love that it's ultimately just feeling at home with someone. That's beautiful. All right, so Scorpio, let's move on to the Lenormand. Let's see who we're reconciling with, if we can get some more energy about when and where the journey in between the two. Okay, this is a little tricky. There we go. Okay, so I'm just looking for the masculine and the feminine card, and then I'll see the path in between the two, and we can talk more about that. Okay, here's the feminine. So it looks like Scorpio femmes are the ones who are making their way towards the masculine. Ooh, feminine and the lily, the rider and the bear. We have the cross, the park, and the birds, the clover, the child, and the fish, and there's the masculine. All right, so I like this. It happened to lay out perfectly. These 3 are the things that are in between. So let's see. I'm hoping everything's on the, yeah, it's just not straight, but that's okay. So the feminine, we have a very sensual feminine, Scorpio. Of course we do. You're a Scorpio. So if you are in your feminine energies, you are feeling like you're ready to express this, okay? And you want to express it when you are inspired to express your femininity. What makes you feel most feminine is when you have a well, actually I have 2 things. Either if you this is interesting. Either if you are the dominant, or if you are with a dominant, and then you can feel in your sensual nature. So it's very interesting. I've got 2 different plays here, but there's definitely a dominant and not necessarily submissive. I mean, that's the technical role, but I would say sensual. So receiving, and a person who is giving and a person who's receiving. So this is more of your energy, so I would say that you are in your sensual nature mostly when you are in the dominant role, okay? Now, where the connection is happening is it's a social event where there's talking, and it might be something where you're required to be there, like a mandatory thing. So if this is a work event, there's a mandatory event or a mandatory need for you to be there. And there's, there might be gossiping people around, this like a water cooler kind of card. The other thing is this can just pretend that you two are going to be talking at this social event. Now, if it's it may not be mandatory, but it may be something that feels burdensome, like it's an event that you have to go to that you may not want to, but I'm going to tell you, go to this event because that's when you two will meet, okay? This can also be not necessarily an event, but an activity, okay? So keep that in mind too. If it's, you know, I'm not seeing it like yoga, I'm seeing it like an interactive activity. So, well, I guess it could be at the gym, and if you're doing a group class at the gym, that could work as well, okay? So it's something where you may not want to go, but you have to, and there's going to be some chatty chats around who might see you two talking and saying, ooh, look at that, look at that. Now let's talk about this masculine. He is, there's some luck. He may have a child, or he might have some playfulness to him that's childlike. But here's funny. Look at this. The fish is a finance card. He's got some money. So we've got, and if you are the masculine Scorpio, this is talking about your finances here, okay? So you might have had a windfall. Things are looking good in the finance department. There's a connection to a child. Maybe it's a new windfall. Maybe it's a new financial opportunity that's just come your way, okay? But there's a lot of luck here for you, which is beautiful. So I like that the feminines are really in their sensual nature of feeling, and the masculine here is in an abundant place financially, the security, okay? This is a beautiful connection. All right. So, ooh, I'm looking forward to hearing about this, Scorpio. Please do tell me. All right, so finally, we're going to do the Line Strider. Now, Line Strider is going to tell us a little bit about the energies and how you are, what you're going through. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to handle this because generally, of course, Scorpio, you want to do things your own way. So generally, we have one card in the center, but right now we have two. So I'm going to read them together. Eight of Wands and the Ten of Swords, both in reverse. So let's just talk about that there's some stagnation and not feeling that you can, well, actually wanting to move on from feeling at a place of being taken advantage of, having something end that was really painful, being over this situation where, you know, it might have been poor communication or something that was biting that, you know, just took you down a notch. So just getting over this, okay? But you've been stagnant in it. You've been feeling this energy for a while, but I'm feeling like you're really done. You're done and you're ready to move on, Scorpio. So if there was some pain, maybe from a past relationship, this is the bond, the connection. Now I'm going to pull one more card. So yeah, there we have Two of Swords. So this is the connection that the two of you are starting with, okay? There is, and again, we're talking about reconciliation, something that has bound you to. So you had to make a decision. You didn't want to. You didn't want to see the truth, but you were forced to make a choice, and you were forced to use your biting tongue, okay? So we're even talking about that, where it's the Scorpio saying saying the truth. So Scorpio, you might have had to have been the whistleblower in the past, all right? So that's the basis of the energy. Oh, here we go. Now, I'm feeling like this is the feminine and this is the masculine because we started with the masculine. I'm sorry, we started with the feminine moving towards the masculine. So the feminine, maybe she is divorced. And I will say these energies can go back and forth, but she might be divorced. She might have come out of a traditional situation, or is really more wanting just non-traditional roles right now. Okay, and that makes sense. You know, when we were talking about the feminine feeling sensual and feeling in her dominant power. Now, the masculine is in the feeling of lovers. I'm sorry, we have Taurus and Gemini cards here. So the lovers can be another choice, but of course also it is that feeling of love. It's that feeling of ooh la la, what's coming forward for me, excitement, you know, soulmate energy, that kind of stuff. So because it's in the upright, I'm going to say that the masculine is making a choice to move from this energy into a heart space, okay, into more of a loving place. Oh, interesting. So the feminine, now we have the Moon card, which is Pisces, and this is a card of illusion of shadow work. This is not new work for you, Scorpio. So I think that you're going into your place where you feel at home, working on the shadows, working on yourself. Maybe you're putting your guard up a bit, keeping your tail up because you've had to say some things in the past. So feminines, I think that you are, in a guarded place. It's, again, the moon is very sensual and intuitive. So this is, part of your nature here. The masculine, you are in this place of and it's interesting, you have two choice cards here, but you're balancing, dancing. And I think that when it's in the upright, the Two of Pentacles in the upright, you're you're mastering this balance act. But I think masculines, you're not. You're not wanting to do this dance anymore. You're not wanting to have these choices. You're just wanting to move forward in love, in connection with someone who feels good, who feels at home, who feels like you are in reconciliation with. Feminine, you want to build, right? You have Three of Pentacles here. You want to build. You want to concentrate on your money, which is great because your masculine actually is moneyed. So if you concentrate on your money when you meet your masculine, it's going to be even easier. Like, we don't want to connect with someone that is a deficit, that takes care of our deficits, because then we don't learn. We actually want to have somebody who we're working on that, right? We're trying to master that, and that person that we call in helps us to get to mastery of that. So you're working on stability. You're working on a new project. That's where your focus is right now. Masculine, you're ready for a new journey. You want to move away from this energy, and you're ready for the Lovers. We see this, it's very obvious. I do like seeing it. The Star card now in the reverse for the feminine, which is the Aquarius. Lots of such major arcana here for the feminine. You're really going through it, and I know you Scorpio femmes, you take the weight of the situation and you bear it, right? You really want to dig in and get to the bottom of what's going on. Scrub it out, lay it out, look at it, pound it down, look at it again, really process through it. Okay, that's what's going on here. Now, just be careful that you're not doing it too much, that you're not so heavy that you're losing track of your lightness and your dreams. Okay, the Star is that wishing card, right? It's one of the wishing cards. So it's a lightness. It's a way of working with the universe, and so sometimes we don't have to be so heavy. Okay, we don't always have to take things into our body. Do be careful of that. You don't want to take your experience into your body. You want to give it back to the earth or give it back to the sky. So do try to maintain some lightness in your processes, okay? But you're doing a great job of working hard. It's okay to have a boundary, but just be open to someone coming in closely and disarming you. Okay, femmes? Now, masculine, Nine of Wands, this is my card of showing vulnerability. So when this is going to be your saving grace. The way that you call in your feminine is by showing your vulnerability. Okay, so show that it's been a tough road. Let your feminine know that you've been working hard at mastering and being open in love, being open to creating a secure environment, and be vulnerable so that she can meet you there. Okay, and then ultimately, let's see. Oh, Two of Wands. I like that as the connection card. So this is going to bring you two together. You two will meet, and again, this is an action-oriented thing. So perhaps when we were talking about that event, it could be at a gym, something that's action-oriented. Okay, but there's building here between the masculine and feminine. It is coming. It's beautiful, and it's going to be passionate. There's a bunny on the card, so just be aware that if you are not wanting to create little people, that you make sure that if you are sexually active, that you are taking care to prevent that. But this is the two coming together. So feminines, when you allow yourself to be disarmed, when you lighten up just a bit, knowing that you don't have to take in any pain into your body, and masculine, when you demonstrate that vulnerability, the feminine will say, oh, that's possible. I get it. You know, I think that's what we need. Is I think we need to understand how it is to be strong and vulnerable. This is beautiful. Scorpio, this is what I have for you for the love month. So I'm really curious about this. Let me know how it goes in the comments section. And if you are resonating, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And for now, I'm going to send you all of my love.